My back to school supplies haul is a little different than the normal thing, because these are all the school supplies you're not going to find on your school supply list, but definitely should be looking to buy from schoolspecialty.com, the sponsor of this video. Hey guys, it's back to school time, which for moms, we all know is one of our favorite and not so favorite times of the years. Why? Because the kids may be going back to school, but that means you've got lots of things to buy, things to get ready for, and processes to put in place to get things going smoothly for the back to school year. So I've got a couple of school supplies here you're not going to find on your back to school list, but definitely should consider. Found these all on schoolspecialty.com, which is the sponsor of our video, and you've got to take a look at some of these. Some of these are going to be for the kids, some of these are going to be for you, and we've even picked up a couple of things for your teachers too. So the first couple that I want to kind of bring up here is the Buddha board. And I wasn't quite sure exactly what the Buddha board was, but it really is so simple in the fact that you literally just use a little bit of everything for your kids as well as you. It's kind of meditative because literally you're just using this little paintbrush in water to make these pictures. So you'll see throughout the video, it's just going to fade away and then you're back to a blank canvas. Easy cleanup, lots of fun. And my kids just kind of sit here. I actually have it in the kitchen and they just kind of play on it and they're able to kind of show their creative side, and then in a little while it'll be all cleaned up just the way that mom wants it to be. Another one, we all had those big, huge, bulky trapper keeper type things when we were back in school. Well, now we have this guy right here. Not only is it smart because it actually has a strap, but it's got everything you're going to need, your ring binder, pins, file folders, all of those things. And I'm not going to send this actually with my son to school. I'm going to keep this at home. So when it comes to homework time, all he has to do is pull this out. All of his supplies will be there. Our curriculum, everything he needs to have to be successful at homework wherever he decides to do that, whether it's in the kitchen, his bedroom, or in our command center. So I think that's a great win. Another fun one that has so many opportunities for kids is these Caliphone earphones. And these are actually, while they are also, you can plug them up and use them as your normal earphones, they're also noise canceling earphones. So what's great about those, if you got a kid who's not concentrating, there's too much going around here in the house, then you just put these on there, and believe me, they already don't listen to me, but with these, they're not going to hear a lot. But if you need concentration, I might have to steal these because these earphones are pretty cool. And then of course we've got this little board. I don't know if this one's so much for me as it is, or for them as much as it is for me, but this is a board that you can just use for magnets. You can put your notes on, put it on the refrigerator. So this is a really great reminder for all the little notes that you need to kind of keep things moving through the year. So there's so many moving parts. And while it may say teacher's clip and pin set, I am super glad that I invested in this one. It's got tacks. You can screw on and off so you can keep them separate if you have them in different places that you may need them. Or of course you just want to keep them like this, you can actually keep up with them. But you've got clamps, paper clips, all those things that throughout the year when they send home those files and the binders and all that stuff you're supposed to keep up with, you can keep them all together and actually stay organized. Can never go wrong with Post-it notes. And I know you can probably pick those up at your neighborhood store, but what's nice about schoolspecialty.com is that everything you can look up what you need. Plus there's a lot of things that you can find without having to go through all the craziness of back to school time, because man, those lines at the store, and you get there and there's not what you were looking for. And these are a lot of the things, these are specialty things, that's the whole point. And so you're not going to find these really cool things, you're going to just find the standards. But talking a little more atypical standard here. So this is at a glance. Everyone knows how I feel about agendas because I have a great blog post about agendas and how you organize yourself and what works best for you. This one's at a glance, which is a great one because they really concentrate on appointments and meetings and that kind of thing. But this one's really thin too. So there's a lot of agendas I like, but they're much bigger than this. This one's really going to be for that person, that mom or parent who wants to kind of keep things organized. Maybe you're just putting things in there for quick notes, and then you've got something that you're using online. So this is a great accompanying piece that you can use, and it's also got the ring binder as well. And then files, I couldn't say, you can buy these for you. Again, I try to use these with the kids, like this is your homework stuff, this is your school stuff, this is the stuff that I want you to keep throughout the year. But these would also be a great thing that you might want to send over to your teacher as a gift, because there's no, it's nice to give her an apple and all, but if you can come up with something that's really going to be helpful. They're always on a limited budget, and believe me, teachers will always tell you there's other things they'd love to have to keep things organized. So these fluorescent file folders are a must, along with this guy. And this is probably my favorite because I love school supplies. I've always loved school supplies, even when I was little. And so going to buy new pens and highlighters and things like this. So this one's the clear view highlighter. So you literally can see on the tip as you're highlighting, so you know exactly what you're highlighting here. And then these, which I've already broken into. So this is just, this is Paper Mate, which is one of my favorite pens as well. They come in different colors, but they've got a pretty hardcore stylus in on there. A lot of pen companies have started putting the stylus in, but they actually don't really work very well. And this one works great, so if you're doing, like in my case, Insta stories and you want to write, you can quickly go to that and then flip that baby over and go straight to making notes. And speaking of notes, this is a full adhesive roll from Post-it. So I love making labels, and I have a great label maker at home, but sometimes you don't have time to sit there and type it all out. You're like, I need this quickly. Maybe it's just temporary. You're trying to identify things, what's the kid's property. So this one is from Post-it Note, or the Post-it brand, full adhesive roll. You can write on it, you can make a note, you can make a label, and it's just got an adhesive in. You can tape it and be gone. So that's a great one. Remember these pens? I can't help myself. I'm still a huge fan, because they've got these have got 4 colors, so you have black, red, green actually, and then blue. These are great for you as well as the kids. So if you're looking to, help them with their homework, grade it. I still print things out and make edits on it with a red pen. So these are big and fun. And then you've got these other these are for the Dooley board here with, your dry erase. So it's a great time of the year just to go ahead and get on pens, because they're going to be on a sale. So get on schoolspecialty.com and you can buy those. But as I was saying, a great way to start off the year with your teachers is going to be just kind of giving her own kit. And I buy 2 or 3 of these file boxes for the year. These file boxes allow you to, again, keep up with all those files and things of the kids. The kids bring home, at least with mine, they're still at the age they're bringing home pretty pictures and things that they make at school, and you're like, well, what am I going to do with all that? And you end up with this stack that fills up. So I'll buy one of these each year. We fill it up with all of their stuff, so I don't have to think about it through the year. And then during the summer, we go through it, kind of selectively decide, what things we need to keep, what things maybe we could take a picture of, put it in a photo book, and put it up on, the shelf for later. And then we don't necessarily have to keep all those different pieces. But if you start off maybe the school year, take your kids, school supplies and everything they've asked for, put it all in here, and then add a couple of things in there for the teacher. Maybe she does have a list, which would be great, but if not, this dispenser and photo frame from Post-it Notes is a great one, because it gives her just that little bit of personal, so she can still put a picture of her own family and friends on there, but it's going to have the Post-it Notes, because fortunately with my children, there's a couple of Post-it Notes that come along throughout the year, so might as well make it fun with that. This is a lesson plan book. It's a very simple one, so even if they have their own process, this might be a great one for brainstorming and putting some ideas together, just keeping things organized for her. And then you can't ever go wrong with just a big ream of colored paper. Whether you have this for yourself, I definitely would say buy 2. Throw this one, in the container for your teacher gift, as well as have this at home for when they do have special crafts, something that you want to make for grandma and grandpa, or anytime you have that and you're not in the middle of the night trying to go and find this stuff. Just go ahead and stock up for the year, and then you'll be prepared. So just go to schoolspecialty.com. They've got lots of things there to help you. They'll even give you some different skills and steps and ideas about how to stay organized and make this the best year ever. So happy back to school time.